Have you ever reached that place where you just feel stuck? You are questioning your career, your life choices. It seems like you're just not living the life that you were meant to live. Like you're not really a part of your own existence. Well, that's sort of the question someone asked about feeling stuck in their own lives. They have no clue what to do anymore. They have asked the universe for a sign, but so far no luck. See, an interesting thing about signs received from the universe is that they aren't necessarily always as clear cut as we would hope or would like. Like, it's not like that there's the universe holding a great notice out in front of you, like, here's a sign, here's what you should do. Usually it's very subtle, and what makes it even more trickier at times is that these signs are coming into your awareness through the dreams that you have when you're asleep. So if you can rarely recall your own dreams, which many people seem to have, you might miss a lot of interesting signs, sadly. I mean, that's the case for a certain percentage on this world. Like, even for me, at times I don't even remember anything at all. Or it's like these vague memories I have about what I was dreaming and seeing. And then I sometimes do think, well, maybe it tried to show me something special, but I, for whatever reason, was incapable in this moment of time to really keep up with it. Now, that might be the case for you as well. Like, and that's also part of feeling stuck, is by us not paying attention, perhaps, at what we should be paying attention to. So usually when we end up in a place where we question our life, when I've done this myself at times, it happens at regular intervals throughout my life. I could even honestly say, as of late in the last few months, I've been going through that as well, where I kind of questioned the things that I was doing, whether I wanted to still do them, whether this is the right track for me, whether this is something I have to keep pursuing in the way that I'm doing it, stuff like that concerning my own activities in life and what I'm about. You know, the thing that I personally do in these situations is to really take a step back from everything, physically speaking. I literally just sort of disconnect mentally from the whole situation and then try to look deeply within myself for the answer. If you are asking for a sign from the universe, understand that you are the awareness from the universe itself. So the best way to find signs is within the depths of your own consciousness. You see, if you fall into that trap of looking for signs outside of yourself, you might be looking forever and ever. This is one of those subtle traps of us just letting the senses control our consciousness. And again, throughout the ages, we've been told, don't let yourself be controlled by your own physical senses alone. Because everyone that does it, they get completely hypnotized by this world. And at one point you're going to have to go away from this world through a process called death. And if you were so used to following only your senses, well, it's like you're not really learned anything about your true nature through that activity, through that behavior. So feeling stuck is actually a beneficial thing if you know how to deal with it. And I'm sure that many people, if they hear this, they're like, yeah, but I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what to do. So can you please help me how to get the hell away from this? How to, get unstuck. And sorry if you heard something. My chair is pretty squeaky as of late. I don't know why. I know physical things always break down over time. That's how it goes. So that's what you sometimes might notice in the background a little bit. If I move around, maybe I should just sit still like a doll, like a complete lifeless doll that only moves its mouth to talk about spiritual truths concerning the power of your own consciousness. So feeling stuck. First things first, it's important to understand that wherever you are in life, even though you don't enjoy it, perhaps at first glance you're like, I don't enjoy this doesn't feel right. It is mostly a sign of you perhaps needing to look in a different direction, spiritually speaking. So from a mental perspective, you need to find a different angle from which you could look at your own life. So for example, if you look at your life from the angle that is making you feel like this is not worth it, this is not good, this is not right, then that's a clear sign that there's something not right. Otherwise you wouldn't feel that way. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to change your perspective of the situation. If life doesn't feel right for me, Again, I said, I go within myself. I go seek it within the depths of my own being. What is it that I truly want? What is it? If I don't get the answer right away, it doesn't matter. I keep fishing within my own consciousness. What is it that I truly want? What is it that I truly want? Where do I really want to go? What is it that I feel like my life should be about? And again, this is part of you changing the angle from which you observe your life, because this is a very deep question to ask yourself what it is that you want, what it is that you feel like your life should be about. It's not necessarily an answer or a question you answer just casually, like, oh, this is what I want, this is what I feel like it should be about. It actually takes a lot of contemplation, and at times this changes around as well. At certain periods of your life, you're going to feel like this or that is what I should be doing, and it feels great. And then you grow older and suddenly it doesn't feel great anymore. You don't really feel in tune with it. That's usually a sign that you've outgrown it, that it's time for a change, that it's time to do something different, and probably something even greater, because that's how the universe works. The universe works through expansion and full expression, and you are a manifestation within this same universe, which means your life is about expansion and fuller expression as well. So if you feel stuck, it's just about you contemplating and figuring out, in what direction do I want to expand from this moment forward? How do I want to more fully express myself? And it might be in a totally different way than you've used to doing. And because you're perhaps not yet at that place at looking at it from this angle, with this openness of mind, well, that's why you feel stuck. If you try to keep going the way you have been going, sometimes it doesn't work out anymore. A change needs to happen, physically speaking. Change happens for sure after physical death, but we don't usually have to wait until that comes knocking at our door. It's time to change. It's time to change things around. It's time to spice it up. It's time to do something different. It's time to do something greater. That's the main point that you want to understand. Life doesn't want you to stay stuck or feel stuck and, lay around, do nothing. Life wants you to expand and more fully express your own uniqueness. And the more you get into the habit of allowing that to occur, the less you're going to be stuck, the greater the journey is going to become, the more fun you'll have. If you're willing to go with the flow of life, if you're willing to go with that expansion and fuller expression, which the universe is part of, which is the universe is expressing and doing itself. You see, we're not raised to look at life from this angle. We're raised to just fit in, to follow society, to just do whatever everybody else is doing. It's fucking bullshit. Let's be honest. 99% of the time it's not going to make you happy at all. What will make people happy and what they should know is that the true happiness lies in you actually expressing your own uniqueness. And that can go in all kinds of directions. And if you allow your mind to expand with such openness, if you let those kinds of ideas flow into your consciousness, even if they're completely different to the norm, to the whole of society, your life is going to feel much greater than all of them combined. That's the weird part. It's like the more you try to fit in, the more stuck you're going to feel. Yeah, that's our program to do. And then we realize we don't want to do this as we grow older. We feel like shit. We get a burnout. We do this and that. It's a fucking weird situation, to be honest. If I observe it for myself and if I see it happen within myself, 99% of the time, it's actually because I'm trying to fit in somehow with this world again. I shouldn't. I should express my own uniqueness. Do whatever the hell I want to do. What makes me feel like this life was worth living. You gotta do the same for yourself. You gotta do what the hell you want to do with your life. I hope it's not meaning that you're going out to kill people and stuff like that, because we have enough serial killers out there already. But, assuming that your desires, your goals are just constructive, are coming from a place where you really want to do good, well then do it. Even if it's completely against the norm, even if it's completely, bizarre and different than your whole family or whoever you know. Because that's the thing, questioning your career and life choices. To me, many times, it seems it comes from a place of us wanting to fit in to a certain structure of society that isn't really in alignment with who we really are at a soul level. And the more we open up to our own true uniqueness, the less we're going to feel stuck, because we'll constantly have something unique to express and do and share with the world. And if you follow this flow of living, this flow of consciousness, your life will be a constant journey, a constant adventure on a daily basis. It's going to be marvelous. So I hope by you contemplating this for yourself, you'll learn to feel unstuck, because there's no magic words that are going to save you. It's like 1, 2, 3, like hypnosis. Now you're going to be unstuck. Well, actually, now that I say this, perhaps you could try that out. I haven't tried that one out, to be honest, but the point is, if you can do this at your own power, at your own command, you're always best off. Then you're no longer dependent on other people, because ultimately the power of the whole universe resides in the depths of your own consciousness. Can the universe feel stuck? Not really. I mean, think about it. If you look at it from this angle, would the universe feel stuck about anything, especially concerning our physical life, because it's so tiny? Yeah, you realize, no, that doesn't make any sense. There must be a greater power here that I need to exercise in order for me to become unstuck. And that greater power is to let your own uniqueness flow with and through you and give it expression. Again, the answer might not come to you overnight, but the longer you contemplate it, the better off you'll be, because eventually the answer will come. It will come, as long as you stay focused on finding it. But if you go back to feeling stuck and focusing on that feeling of being stuck, well, you'll never find the solution. You see, it's like a saying I once heard: you'll never ever find the solution if all you're focused upon is the problem. So keep that in mind.